ça tourne?
Première.
Miss Witherspoon, don't laugh at me.
Okay. I'm sorry.
How come you were attracted to do this movie?
Well, actually, I auditioned last March, not this March of this year, but last March. In Nashville, Tennessee, they had a big call for like everybody in the South to come because they wanted an authentic Southern accent from an authentic Southern girl. And so I went in there, my agent sent me on an audition, and I auditioned for it. And about a month later, they told me I got the part. Yeah, it's weird.
That's easy.
Yeah. No, it wasn't easy.
And I know you come from a medical family.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. Why did you have this ambition to become an actress?
I don't know. I think I'm just an oddball. You know, my parents think I'm kind of strange. They're really supportive, but they think I'm really weird. I'm like the only creative one in the family. It's just one of those recessive sort of things, huh?
And once you got the script, what did you think about Danny, about the part?
Oh, I thought Danny was really neat, and I really enjoyed the character because in ways it was a lot like me, but different. You know, I'm not at all as masculine as she is, or you know, not associating with boys or anything. But I do have a lot of the spunk, and I like to say what I really feel, like Danny does.
So you could relate to the character, because that was one of my questions. I mean, she's a youth from the 50s, and you're from the 90s, 80s, 90s. Is there a big difference, you think?
I think there is a little bit, but in the same sense, in the 50s a lot of things were innocent and everything, and nowadays a 14-year-old would be different, thinking about different kinds of things, you know. Not as mature, but wanting to be more mature, you know. And 14-year-old, it doesn't make any difference though in the character, because you know, at some time in everybody's life when they're about that age, they fall in love. It's always about that age, you know.
I know.
Yeah, I guess you do know, don't you?
I still remember.
Everybody remembers.
Of course, Danny has a crush on Elvis. How strange was Elvis to you?
Oh, I don't think Elvis was strange at all.
No?
When I was about 9 or 10, I listened to Elvis all the time, yeah.
Really?
I thought Elvis was really cool, you know, because they have like things on TV that are like Time Life, and you can buy all these Elvis records, and Elvis is such a big thing, especially from where I'm from Tennessee, and there's Graceland and Memphis and everything. So Elvis is a big deal.
So you didn't have a hard time learning these songs?
No.
Loving You?
Loving You was tough, but Emily and I had a great time. She plays my sister, you know. We had a great time, like learning the songs and everything, because he has such a funny voice, you know. It's really funny. Yeah.
And how did the film really start for you? Were there rehearsals before shooting, I mean?
Yeah, there were about 2 weeks of rehearsals before we started shooting, and so it was me and Jason and Emily. The 3 kids were together, and we sort of got to know each other over those 2 weeks, which helped a lot.
And how did you work with Mr. Mulligan? Did you talk with him before it?
Yeah, we talked a lot, and before each scene we would sort of prepare. He would sort of give us a visual. He would sort of verbalize what he wanted to see and everything, and it really helped us give us a visual image of what he wanted.
Yeah.
It was good.
Of course, in the film you fall in love with Court. How did you get along with your co-star, with Jason?
Oh, Jason and I had a great time. I mean, he was like a brother to me, because I mean I have a brother about that age, and a lot of the way we sort of joke around and everything was really easy for both of us, because he has a sister my age, and we were just like, it was just like brothers and sisters, and it wasn't as much of a romantic thing as it is just a happy sort of puppy love sort of thing, which was serious, but not too serious.
And was it him who has a twin brother as well? Mm-hmm. Is it Jason? Yeah?
Jason has a twin brother, Jeremy.
And he played tricks on you?
Yeah, they played tricks on us. You know, we'd be in like the makeup trailer, and they'd be getting haircuts because they have to look alike, because they have like body doubles and stuff, and it was just really strange, because I'd be like, you got a haircut yesterday, why are you getting a haircut, Jason? He'd be like, well, I don't know. He'd be like, I'm Jeremy. It's funny. It's really funny.
Your father in the film is, of course, Sam Waterston,
Sam Waterston.
as an actor. Could he give you a lot of help, a lot of tips? I don't know.
Yeah, he gave us a lot of tips, but in a different way. He sort of, the way he just sort of, he was always prepared, and he always took his time, and he was always very, very focused before he started into anything. Always very ready, and if it wasn't ready, he'd let everybody know, you know. And it was a good thing, and it really taught us a lesson. You know, you always need to be ready for what you're gonna jump into here.
Going through this process, which was the hardest thing you had to do, really?
The hardest thing I had to do a lot of running, but besides that, besides all the running, probably I had to act a little bit sort of, when I had to cry at one time, when I have to act really delirious, like really deranged, not deranged, but you know, just sort of out of it, and running and crying and acting all weird at the same time. It was really tough. It was really hard, and it's really hard acting, you know, that he's dead when you know he's alive. It's weird.
It must be, yeah.
Yeah, it was strange.
And the swimming? Is that all right?
Swimming was fine. The water kind of scared me a little bit. It was a little brown, and there were little bugs in it, but it was okay on the most part.
It looked very brown to me.
It was very brown, but it was a pretty little area. It was a nice little sort of falling water creek sort of thing.
Yeah. Did you know the area in Louisiana? Or?
Yeah, I was born in Louisiana.
Really?
I was born in New Orleans, Louisiana. So, I mean, I was kind of really familiar with the customs and everything, and how the area would be and how hot it was.
Once the filming was over, I believe it was hard for you to say goodbye to all of these people.
It's really tough. It's tough a lot of times to say goodbye to everybody that you really, because you get really attached to them, and you learn to depend on one another, and you always, you know, you depend on other people, and then they go off, and like most of those people, the crew usually immediately finds a new movie, and they've got other people to depend on and stuff like that. But for like a child, you have to go back to school, and it's like, there's no responsibility. You really don't have to get anything done, and you don't have to do anything, and nobody's really depending on you. It's not the same sort of experience. It's really kind of different.
Yeah, yeah. Did Danny, the character of Danny, stay with you for a while after you've done the movie?
Well, kind of. Not really. Danny is very different from me. You know, just in the way. Over the course of the summer, I sort of grew up as Danny grew up, and sort of Danny kind of got older, and so did Reese. So.
Yeah. You still go to school? No?
Yes, I go to school. I'm in the 10th grade in high school, and you know, I go to an all-girls school.
Yeah. But I believe you've done other film work since. What was that?
I've done one film called Jack the Bear, with Danny DeVito and Robert Steinmiller, and also I've done a television movie with Beau Bridges called Wildflower, that's directed by Diane Keaton.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, was that a good experience?
It was a good experience. Everybody was so professional about everything, and everybody knew what was going on. Everybody I've worked with has really known what's going on, and it's really been a big help to me being so new at it and everything.
Yeah, yeah. Jack the Bear, is that a comedy? Because you mentioned Danny DeVito.
Yeah, everybody asks me if it's comedy just because of Danny DeVito. It is a comedy, but at the same time it's a little bit of a drama, just because his wife dies, and it's like the children are dealing with her death, and it's kind of sad.
Yeah.
It's a big death theme.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You can continue, I suppose, in movies.
I hope so. I hope so.
Are there any actresses you see as a role model? I don't know.
Yeah, I do. I really enjoy Veronica Lake. I really think that's great. I really think she was a true like beauty, and I really think she was a really good actress too. And also the really only other person that I've seen progress over time and really has evolved into a great actress, who started out really good. It was Jodie Foster, who started young, about 14, and you know, she's still going strong, and she's doing very well. You know, I think that's really admirable. Very.
Well, thank you for talking to me.
Well,
And I
thank
wish
you.
you a lot of
I wish
success with your career. I hope I can talk to you again when you're even more famous.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Thank you.